Holy Toledo. Sorry, for some reason I've always, well, in this moment, really wanted to use that phrase. So, holy Toledo, did you see me jump out of my skin? Oh my goodness, I panicked out of nowhere. There I was in flow. Well, not flow. I was jumping all over the place like a jackrabbit. But there I was yakking away. And all of a sudden a door opens. I had a total panic. I was like, what, who, what? Ah. And then nothing happened. And for no apparent reason, I literally, I almost just like cleared, I like just wiped everything off, like, freeze, nobody move. Whoo. That'll get your blood pumping. See, I'm telling you guys, it's true. All those stories about being scared, I mean, if you want to go watch those story times, because it's a whole lot of that. Oh my goodness! Now it's like the calm down happens. There was something I wanted to talk to you guys about before. Well, one, I started rambling, and two, that happened. Um, Which, it was just my girlfriend. She lives here too. She has every right to open whatever doors she wants, but oh my goodness. Holy Toledo. Sorry. Um, no, so usually I talk about movies or this, that, and the other thing, but today I'm going to switch it up and talk about a TV show. I've done TV shows before, but this time, hold on to your socks. Hold on to your white socks. Does anybody have white socks? I don't use white socks because it's the same thing. It's like every time I go and buy like anytime I like white shoes, it's a no go because you think you're gonna keep them clean. That's the thing. Like, and in my mind, even in just like the white trim, I don't know what they call it. I'm not a shoe person, but it's you either buy a white shoe, right, or the rubbery side, rubber part of the bottom. I mean, some shoes are all right, but the bottom, white. You know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I'm always like, I can't buy those, right? Not all white shoes, so I'll get those dirty for sure, right? There's no way. I'm legally blind in my left eye. I'm not going to keep anything clean. I mean, I can try, right? And I try to do a good job, but no. But I see that white trim and I go, hey, I could tussle with this. I could keep that little, but that's the closest part to the ground. And no matter what I do, where I step, for the first like 3 days, it's like you're stepping on landmines. Every step is like watched and carefully executed to ensure that your shoes don't get dirty. And then at some point, one day, you get bold and go, wait a minute. Do I own the shoes or do the shoes own me? Because I can't really walk the way I want to walk. Everything is a landmine. I kicked my girlfriend in the shin for stepping on my no, I did, but I thought about it real hard and then, because she saw me thinking about it, she stepped on my shoe again, right? First she did it on complete accident, and then she saw the restraint of anger in my eyes of what she had done, and because, she stepped on him again. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it could have happened. So you can't keep those shoes clean at all. And now I'm happy I live in a place like Colorado where it's seasonal and things like that, because I'm gonna have to get shoes that are meant for the outdoors, because I can't be walking around on landmines all the time. Not that I'm walking on landmines all the time. That's a little aggressive, but it's more like, what was that game, and you hop, right? And you one foot and then you get the two with the chalk. Nobody knows what I'm talking about because I saw a 3-year-old with a smartphone the other day. Like, there's no way that nobody probably knows what chalk is anymore. Or silly putty. I don't know. Maybe there's a couple of you that are like, yeah. And then, and then another one going, it's hopscotch. Why can't you just say hopscotch? You know what it is. You draw the squares and you go hopscotch. Look, all right, I figured it out. I got there. My goodness. Um, So, oh yeah, so this TV show that I keep not talking about, it's crazy enough. It's reality TV show, and I know what you guys are thinking. No, 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 it's not the Kardashians or on the Jersey Shore. I don't know why I did that. I think I listened to like a parody song one time, and now it's like stuck in my head. On the Jersey Shore, where we get drunk and we hang out at the TV store. See, that's what I'm saying about the beginning thing. I'm almost guaranteed possible that I'm sure it was a parody song that I'm getting like that tune set from, but the words that I just said, which I will not repeat because one, I do not remember them, and two, what? Uh, I don't think they were. No, I don't think they were in that song. Just like, sometimes you got the tune, you got a couple words, and you just kind of mish and mash. They'll still get the credit. That's why music is crazy. It's, again, I keep getting a lot off track. So I always thought that that was what reality TV was, right? Those, shows where it was like, and no offense to them, right? People can like whatever they want to like. Right? And one, I have to say that. And two, I say that because like, my girlfriend used to, and maybe she still does. I don't know. I haven't checked in. I've tried to, not make fun of her TV habits, but she used to love watching the Kardashians. I hope I'm not ratting her out, and she probably doesn't care, but she would watch the Kardashians. Some people get enjoyment out of it. I can't judge. And like when, especially when you live with some roommates or whatever, or somebody like for me, a girlfriend or significant other, and of course they're gonna have interests or things that you don't want to watch, and you tell yourself, right, that you're not gonna watch them, right? Like especially the Kardashians. Like I came home and I was like, what? No, not in this household, right? That sound won't come out of here. Who cares, right? Someone might hear it, and why are they listening in? Um, but you tell yourself, I'm not going to watch that at all, right? And a week goes by, and every time it's put on in the house, you got to drag your feet. Why is this? Sorry. Again, it's just my preference. Not a fan. And I don't know why people are. But I drag my feet. Oh, okay. And then after a week, right? I'm at my desk or, doing something, and all of a sudden something happens, right, in the show. And I barge in and I go, "Are you kidding me? Kim can't do that." Da, 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 da. And, you know, my girlfriend goes, "I thought you weren't watching this show." I'm not watching this show. Yeah, okay, but you just said, and that's all true what you just said. Yeah, but I'm not. Well, it's on all the time, right? Like now you got to try to start defending yourself because for whatever reason you just got caught up. Because come on, if it's on in the house at some point or other, you might. What is this, right? That's was my question, and I kept telling myself I didn't want to know, and then something happened, and I guess I wanted to know for 2 seconds, right? We all can afford 2 seconds to dive into a little part of ourselves that we didn't think we liked. And I'm not saying that I like the show. I still don't. But apparently, I was connected to that one moment and I had an opinion and I want to say it. It was wrong, right? Because now my girlfriend thought, oh, hey, maybe he does like this show. And so what did she do? She thought she could watch it more, which is exactly what you don't want to happen. So now she's watching it all the time, right? She started from the beginning. She's one of those people that like starts from episode one. Like anytime we start anything, it has to be from the beginning, episode one. Doesn't matter. Like we're starting at episode one. Where's I going with this? Let me get back to this. So, reality TV, I thought it was all that mumbo jumbo. I apologize. And we're continuing on. But I found this show called Life Below Zero, right? That is a reality TV show, but it focuses on, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is, it's been doing my own thing over here. All right. So, where was I? Yeah, this reality TV show, Life Below Zero. Oh my goodness. It's one of those shows that I found that what is a reality TV show, but not what I thought, right? And I guess, there are other channels, so other people get to interpret reality TV shows the way that I really thought reality TV shows were. When I was told that, and again, I apologize, these are the only ones I know, so I'm not trying to, but when I thought the Kardashians and that stuff was reality TV show, that's why I was like, I don't like reality TV because that's not reality. Like, I apologize, like, it's bits and pieces of maybe some version of somebody's reality, but it's not reality. And like, it really meant more realness. I don't know. So I found this show called Life Below Zero, which follows these groups of people who live out in Alaska and live kind of like the old kind of, I guess the old ways, I guess is the best way to like say it. But they live off the land, right? And but they survive in these incredibly harsh environments. Like, I myself worry about every little mistake ever, right? Like, I can make 1,000 mistakes, but I'm still okay at the end of the day, right? Like, I might be like, oh, I didn't do this or I did that wrong, but it's like I can afford to make those mistakes. The situation I'm in out there, you make one mistake, you're gone. That's it, right? And so I really fell in love with not only this idea that there are people who are capable and put themselves in these incredibly harsh environments to live off the land, right? Because I'll get into, maybe I'll get into the hunting or anything like, or things like that, but just that aspect of it, and I really became like addicted to their philosophy on the way that they live their life, not necessarily how they live their life, but why they live their life. That's a better one, the why they do it, because why they do it is super important. And the characters or the personalities on there, and they're 100% real people, and you can see the authenticity of them. Like, they are who they are, and I think that's one of the reasons why they if you live that kind of lifestyle, like, truly, you can't be somebody else on camera. Like, I don't think that's gonna work, because your day to day demands you be you at the highest of levels, because any varying degree of that, and it really kind of made me think of how, like, maybe disassociated I might be with, the amount of technology, and how I can just sit on a couch and over a roof and watch TV and watch people go and not really understand what type of environment they're really in. But kind of appreciate why they're doing it, and just like their understanding of why they're kind of living and what their purpose is, and they're just their fundamental things of like, anybody can live whatever way they want to live. This is how they're choosing to live, and they don't judge, or they're not trying to push like, hey, this way of living is the best, or do this, or showing the parts of their reality that are like showcasing in any way. They really show like the aspects of the why they live that lifestyle. Of course, they show like the kind of the exciting parts, right? To make the television. Whoa, sorry. Wow, I apologize for that. But but it's really intriguing, like, stories, even the most mundane of tasks. You really understand like the quality of effort that can be put into almost anything, and just the idea of waking up and tackling the things that'll get you just to the end of the day. And but everything you're working, like, imagine if everything you did from top to bottom was working towards your goals. Like, when they wake up to go get water, when they wake up to go get food, create shelter, like, all of those things provide them a lifestyle and a system of living that promotes the things that they want to do most in life. Like, yes, it's a really harsh environment, and yes, in other places we don't have to necessarily worry about getting food, water, and shelter to that degree, right? Like, we all have our own challenges and aspects on how we acquire those things. But in that type of environment, you need to wake up every day to struggle just to get the bare necessities to live. And they do that because that awards them the opportunities to do the other things that type of lifestyle that really excites them. Like some of the people on there are dog mushers. There's one guy on there that I really kind of admire just because he is one of the hardest working people I've ever seen, especially on television. His name's Jesse. He runs like a 50 dog kennel. I may be getting that information wrong, but he like has like 50 dogs that he takes care of. And he had from the way that like the show kind of represents it, and I mean it doesn't go into much detail, but he had a certain type of lifestyle where he could have gone a certain way, and instead of doing that he chose to like kind of put himself first and kind of take himself out of the environment that he knew was creating like bad habits, and went into an environment and fell in love with work and hard work and the quality of that work. And through that, this is the way that I'm kind of like representing it or kind of taking it in, through that hard work and through that manifestation of putting himself first and taking himself out of kind of a bad environment. That hard work brought him to dogs and dog mushing, which has led him to like a really found passion. And now he's got a bigger drive to do the work, right? Like it's a really interesting idea of, we a lot of us get in bad environments and we work really hard to get ourselves out of them, but sometimes we find ourselves falling back into those environments because like once we work our way out, then there's the drive to work was to get out, and now once we're out, we don't know where to go from there. So to be able to work your way out of a bad environment and then find a reason to make the work important outside of just getting out. Like once you're out and you have to realize like you're out, like now what do you do? Like where's your driving force next? Like there has to be something bigger than just getting out. That's only the first step. If you can only get out of the first step, of course you're going to find your way back to step zero, like step 2 and 3. Like you got to find a bigger purpose and then you got to get after it. And it was really interesting, like watching his trajectory. There's like 16 seasons of this, by the way. So there's plenty of characters. I'm just kind of diving into one just for this one. I'm probably going to talk about this for a lot. So there'll be a lot of series on this. But it was really interesting just to see like him work really hard out of a bad environment and then work so hard into this new environment and tell himself, okay, I don't want to go back here. How do I make it here? And so he found a passion and a reason for being there that was so much bigger than himself, right? He found the purpose in these dogs and mushing and what it could mean for him. And he basically goes on this like 10-year long journey to go on one of the biggest like dog mushing races in Alaska. It's super fascinating, just his work ethic and just his ability to strive for like his passions, and even with him having come from a bad environment or bad circumstances, or even putting himself into bad situations or making bad choices, he was able to not only work his way out of it, but reform that and utilize that as a foundation to really build something that he really wanted to chase after, which I just think is like super interesting and fascinating. And that's why I love the show so much, because it not only like kind of takes you into the wild and the wilderness and a kind of a time where I think, fundamentally, and this might sound maybe a little crazy, but this, it's how I feel. Fundamentally, I think in all of us, like we're all hunter gatherers. Like if you look at, I'm no historian, but if you look at us, from throughout our time, going all the way back, right, and through our evolutions, we've always been in a state for a much longer period than we have been in what we are now. Like we're in a relatively like new like era of like safety and like comfort, whereas for the majority of how we've been born and raised is to survive and get the bare necessities of food, water, and shelter. that now like we don't have to find ourselves in those situations, but to look back on that, or to look on people who are putting themselves in those situations and their kind of reasonings and how they view the world. Like it's a lot more introspective about like not only that kind of like in culture or environment, or I think they call it subsistence, like lifestyle. Um, but you also see these people's journeys on why they're doing the things they do. And I think that's one of the things I'm really interested about just in general, is why people do the things they do. Like I don't really judge people on their actions. I try not to, even though of course like we're all human. Sometimes the emotions come first. And even though we can't really explain them, they come out. But it was just curious I'm always interested to see like why people do things. And that's always, I've always been more interested in why somebody does it than judging on what they did. Because the why of something, not only one informs like me, right? And you can get like a shared experience or a shared like information on why somebody would do that, but you also get to kind of put yourself in their shoes and experience more, because things are always more like, not complex than they seem, but things always have more kind of angles and things. And like if you really dive into it, like even just throughout your day, like even if you just sat on the couch and just watch TV all day, like if you really sat down and tried to tell somebody like what you went through, like all of your thoughts, your actions, what you told yourself no to, what you wanted to do, what you thought you wanted to do, how the day thought you like, just all the things in your head, and then what came at you like through the actual day. Like yeah, you were watching TV, but then the mail came, and I mean I don't know who gets mail anymore, but you know, so you got mail, and hey, Amazon, a package, and that, you know, now that dives you into something else, and now you're no longer watching the TV. I don't know. So the why of things was really fascinating. So this show kind of brings that out, and I love to dive more into it, of course. But I'm going to leave it there for now, because I just really kind of wanted to get that one character is enough for one kind of aspect of the show. I'm going to talk about it all live long day. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed talking about it. It's on Disney Plus, on Natural Geographic. If you guys want to go check it out, it's Life Below Zero. They've got Life Below Zero Next Generations. I can talk about that if you want, but really, Life Below Zero, 16 seasons. If you're interested in that thing, if you're interested in hunting, the outdoors, it's got all of that. If you're interested in like philosophy, it's got a little bit of that too. Humor, there, some of the characters in there really actually have some good jokes, even though I don't think they're really trying to. But just like because of the way their view of the world is, like it is kind of humorous. So I don't know. I really give this show like a 2 thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll catch you guys all in the next one. Until next time, thank you guys.